to my YouTube channel. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited you are here. And of course, I want you to subscribe to my channel. That would be fantastic. And I really know I have this firm conviction in my heart that this channel would really encourage you and bless you, help you to connect with Jesus in very unique ways. Seriously, like thought-provoking, like, woo, never saw that. I know that Jesus wants to connect with you. This is your opportunity through this channel to also connect with Jesus. And in this series, we're launching this series about finding Jesus. You're like, that is so cheesy. I understand. I understand you might think this is cheesy. However, I think that in this season, with all the festivities, and not only festivities this year, but also all the stuff with COVID, right? I mean, seriously, COVID seems to have put a damper on the season. But I want to speak to finding Jesus even in this season as well as COVID. And that's possible. You're like, I don't know how that's possible. But I think sometimes we have this idea of who Jesus is, what Jesus should look like, and sometimes we have this like religious mindset. So if you watched in the preceding years, you saw I had a different Jesus. This is, and here's the deal, I lost the old one. You're like, seriously? I know, it's sad, it's very pathetic. But it also kind of made me think a little bit. You know, that old one looked very polished and serene and pious. And he went in with a little manger scene, a creche scene, and he looked kind of like a cherub or angelic. But I think sometimes we have this idea that Jesus is this, you know, very religious, untouchable, and polished baby. But remember that Jesus was born into a manger. And I don't think Jesus was born. I know what childbirth is like, and it's not necessarily this pretty cherubic, angelic presentation or experience. It can be pretty messy and difficult, very difficult. So I think that we need to appreciate that we can experience Jesus and find Jesus in a lot of different environments, in a lot of different ways, and not just our preconceived ideas. So this Jesus is a little bit different than the ones we had in preceding years. But I would say to you that this Jesus is equally as viable as a representation of Jesus as the one that was in the past, in the preceding years. But I want us to think about COVID, because COVID in this time seems to kind of put a damper on the Christmas, if you will. But I think we can look at COVID, and I think we can see that Jesus can undermine, so to speak, COVID. And you say, well, how does that happen? Well, COVID has a couple of things that are very important. Number one, we're supposed to wear masks. You know, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but probably next week. But the second thing is we all have to like social distance. And today I want to talk just for a few moments about not socially distancing with Jesus, right? I mean, socially distancing is so that we don't, 6 feet of distance, so we don't spread this contagion to the next person. But I want to encourage you in this season that you snuggle up with Jesus. And I think it's a unique opportunity for you and me to spend time and have connection with Jesus that we haven't had maybe in previous Christmas seasons. I know for myself, lots of Christmas seasons in the past have had activities and parties and festivities, and it's like you're going to the one, to the next. But we don't have that probably as much this year, and largely because they want us to socially distance. And I recognize and appreciate the wisdom on that. At the same time, that social distance gives us opportunity to get snugly with Jesus, right? Think about times and ways and opportunities, and you have probably extra time in this Christmas season, and take the time to settle in and snuggle in with Jesus, to really spend extra time. Maybe you want to read through Luke chapter 1, Luke chapter 2, maybe read through that a couple of times, because that's the birth of Jesus. And at this time in this season, let's make it our priority to not socially distance with Jesus. Let's get close with Jesus. Let's let Jesus get close with us in our daily living. Maybe we, like I said, we read through Luke 1, Luke 2. Maybe we put a playlist on our phone that's all about exalting Jesus. Not just Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer fun, but really we think about ways that we exalt Jesus. Oh, come let us exalt Jesus. And songs that really help us to recognize and remember Jesus and the birth of Jesus and the love of God in our lives. Lots of ways that we can come close to Jesus lots of opportunities and lots of time that maybe we didn't have in the past. So let's make it our priority to snuggle in and be close with Jesus and not socially distance in this Christmas season, not socially distance from Jesus. So thank you so much for watching. Of course, I want to thank you as well for subscribing and hit the notification bell right there, because you'll get an update. Hey, we just posted a new series, new episode, and I know God will really encourage and bless you. And I want you to think about this question. Socially distancing, we do that with people, but how could you get closer with Jesus in this Christmas season? I gave you a few ideas, but I'm interested to hear an idea, just one idea from you on how can you get closer with Jesus in this Christmas season. And last but not least, I know you want the joke. I know, you're like, ooh, here we go. This is why I save it to the end. So if you don't want to watch it, you can like skip it, because it's pretty much grown worthy, so to speak. All right, so here's your joke. The thief who stole my phone, my iPhone, the thief who stole my iPhone should FaceTime. FaceTime, thief, get it? FaceTime. I know, super cheesy, but next week will be obviously much better. Thanks so much for watching.